Hey everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I want to talk about 5 timeless albums. These aren't the only timeless albums in my collection, but I just wanted to remind some of you about these. If you've never heard them before, definitely check them out because they still sound fresh and exciting. Now, what does timeless mean to me? Timeless means that it's an album recorded during a certain era that still sounds fresh many years later. Now, my criteria here is, the album's got to be at least 25, 30 years old, but still sound fresh and exciting. So I'm not going to count anything that was recorded 5 years ago or something, because we're still relatively close to that time. I'm talking about older albums that still sound like they could have been recorded last week. So we're going to start this episode off with an album from 1994. That's almost 30 years ago. And that is Ian McNabb's Head Like a Rock. Now, Ian McNabb, of course, is best known for being in the Icicle Works and just a great slew of solo albums. He just has this immense catalog. Everything is just top-notch. Just amazing. Now, of course, Ian was influenced by everybody from, Lennon and McCartney, the Beatles, to Buffalo Springfield, Neil Young and stuff. And this album here is sees him stepping away from sort of the British side of his music and embracing that American side. So much so that members of Neil Young's Crazy Horse appear on the album. This album was recorded in 1994, and if you threw it on for somebody, they would think it was recorded yesterday. They would think it's a brand new album, chock full of great, wonderful songs that have, that typical Ian McNabb flair for songwriting mixed with, there's some Americana in there, and there's some 60s influence and some big, great rock chords. You know that if you were listening to them live in concert, your ears might bleed a little bit. So powerful and chunky and amazing, but so many great songs. Head Like a Rock came out in 1994. That is definitely a timeless album.
You're the first in line on every ride, and you don't pay no admission, but you must be prepared to dream. This time is for this back at home, I lost some good friends. People change and something pure ends. Soon enough, a broken heart mends. Got drunk every night, got an aching head and a fire inside my soul. Yeah, my love knows bounds. My feet feel like a dancer.
The next 3 albums on my list are all from 1979. We're going to start off with The Beat. This is Paul Collins' Beat. Came out in 1979. An incredible power pop album. This, I think, is the greatest power pop album of all time. Absolutely amazing. I will talk about this album any chance I get. Now, Paul Collins is still a great singer-songwriter. He has an album coming out in 2024. But for right now, let's focus on this. This is 1979, an amazing album. 2 guitar, bass, drums. I think there's some keyboards in there somewhere, but he's basing his music. He's got that punk energy, that that new wave excitement, but it's all strictly influenced by great guitar rock bands from the 60s. An incredible collection of songs. Paul Collins' Beat came out in 1979. Definitely a timeless record that still sounds fresh and exciting today.
Anybody jams, this is what I say. I wanna be with a rock and roll girl. I wanna be with a rock and roll girl. I wanna be with a rock and roll girl. Yeah, I tried, but I just can't find a way. So don't so far, far, far away. I won't be back no matter what you say. Don't wait up for me. Don't wait up for me tonight. Oh, I
Now, here's an album that a lot of people say is the best album of the 70s, or at least one of the best albums of the 70s, and it's still on everybody's list as one of the great rock and roll albums of all time. I am usually not in line with, normal rock critics, but I will tell you that this album gets better and better every single year. Every single time I listen to it, it is The Clash, London Calling. Now, this is the 25th anniversary. There's several versions of this. Definitely get the remaster. But incredible album. So many different styles. See, this is the thing about a timeless album that I should have mentioned before, but I'm going to mention now because I'm talking about this, is the artists look inward instead of outward when they're making the records. So what I mean by that is they look inward to their influences. Ian McNABB, Paul Collins, they take their influences and they put them on display, basically, mixed with their own personalities. And they're not relying on modern technology in terms of, whatever the current keyboard sound is, things like that. They just created something new and exciting. London Calling is one of those albums. It is an incredible album, still sounds fresh, still sounds exciting. One of the best albums of all time. That's The Clash, London Calling, still timeless today.
The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stuck running, the wheat is going thick, a nuclear error. But I have no fear, cause London is drowning. I live by the river, church to fight the timber, I say double and again. I'm not looking for the clapdown. No man born with a living soul can. We're looking for the clampdown. Kick over the wall, Spanish bombs, ya te quiero infinito, ya te quiero, oh my corazón. Spanish bombs, ya te quiero infinito, ya te quiero, oh my corazón. There's no glory, they come, just another story. There's no glory, come, just another story. Stand by me, don't come at all. Stand by me, no way. Stand by me, don't come at all. Stand by me, no way. You must explain.
My final album from 1979 is an album that is pure pop punk, punk pop. It's pop and it's punk. Well, yeah, I think it's all of it in one. It is the Undertones, self-titled. Holy free holy, this album is just a blast of great pop music. When they first came out, people said, oh, they're the Irish Ramones. They have that punky sound to them. But Roger Bakarian produced the album, and it still sounds fresh. You put it on today, and you can't say like, oh, that was recorded, 40-something years ago. No, it sounds like it could have come out in 79. It sounds like it could have come out in, during the punk revival in the 80s or 90s. It sounded like it could have come out last week. It is so amazing. They were unique. Fergal Sharkey's voice and the songwriting of John O'Neill. And it's just, this is the Ryko version that has a bunch of bonus tracks. Absolutely fantastic. The Undertones self-titled is an amazing classic.
I wanna hold her tight. That teenage kicks right through the night. What else can you do if the girls don't like it? What else can you do if the girls don't like it? Said I don't wanna get over you. It doesn't matter what you do. I just can't get over you, over you. Stop treating me this way, girl, 'cause you know I'm in the heart. Is this the way you want it to be? Now my head's going round and round. I can't understand the way things are. This isn't wrong. You'll have to change someday. Here comes the summer. Here comes the summer. Here comes the summer. Here comes the summer. Here comes the summer.
And finally, on my list of timeless albums is my favorite album of all time. This is an amazing album from beginning to end. It is Badfinger's Wish You Were Here. This was Badfinger's final album with the original quartet, Joey Molland, Pete Ham, Tommy Evans, Mike Gibbons. And what an album it is. Produced by Chris Thomas. From what I understand, they didn't have a bunch of songs completely written by the time they went into the studio, but they were sort of forced in there. And they came in and they put things together, you know, just like the Beatles did for Abbey Road. In fact, this is Badfinger's Abbey Road. I know a lot of people stand by Straight Up as their favorite Badfinger album. This thing is just pop hooks and masterful playing and production and arranging. This is an incredible album. I cannot believe that a lot of people have not heard it. And what you should do is you should really listen to it.
All I want from you is just a chance to try. Any way at all. Don't you think we know it hurts to hurt? Our minds are small. I can remember knowing you better some other time. I can remember being in love with a friend of mine. I've seen it before now, it's always the same. Nothing can change any part. Let me see your face, let me see you smile. None can measure your love in miles. Only you can comfort me. You're so fine. You never stay the same. I know you take the blame for all the little games that play and let it bring you down. Why don't you let it bring you down?
Well, that's it. That's 5 timeless albums from my collection. So definitely check out the albums by Ian McNabb, The Beat, The Clash, The Undertones, and Badfinger. They're all wonderful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, to ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.